Once upon a time, in a little snow-covered village nestled between the hills, lived a curious fox cub named Frosty. Frosty had a thick, fluffy coat as white as freshly fallen snow, which made him almost invisible as he scampered through the frosty forest. But what made Frosty special was his love for stories. Every evening, the animals of the forest would gather around the great pine to hear Elder Owl's tales. But on one particular winter's night, Elder Owl fell ill and couldn't tell a story. The animals huddled together, their breaths forming tiny clouds in the icy air, wondering what to do. Frosty's ears perked up. "I can find us a new story," he said eagerly. The animals chuckled. "Stories don't grow on trees, Frosty," chuckled Mrs. Hedgehog. "Maybe not on trees," said Frosty with a sly grin, "but I'll find one. Wait for me." Frosty scampered into the forest, the crunch of snow under his paws the only sound in the quiet night. He passed the shimmering icicles hanging from the branches, the frozen stream that sparkled like diamonds, and the sleeping bears in their dens. His nose twitched as he followed the cold wind carrying the scent of something magical. At last, Frosty came to the edge of the forest, where a mysterious blue glow lit up the snow. There he found the winter sprite. She was no bigger than a robin, her wings shimmering like frost patterns on a window. "Hello, little fox," said the winter sprite. "What brings you here on such a cold night?" Frosty bowed politely. "The animals need a story, but Elder Owl is sick. Can you help?" The winter sprite smiled warmly. "I can give you a story, but you must first show me how brave you are. The story is hidden in the crystal cave, guarded by the wind wolf. Do you accept the challenge?" Frosty swallowed hard but nodded. "I'll do it." The winter sprite sprinkled him with a dusting of frost magic, and suddenly, Frosty felt lighter and braver. She pointed him toward the crystal cave, where the wind wolf's howls echoed through the night. Inside the cave, Frosty saw the wolf, a swirling silvery creature made entirely of wind. "Who dares enter my cave?" the wind wolf growled. Frosty's paws trembled, but he stood tall. "I am Frosty, and I've come for a story to share with my friends. Please, may I have it?" The wind wolf tilted its head, surprised by the little fox's courage. "Very well," it said. "You've shown bravery, so the story is yours." The wolf blew gently, and a glowing orb floated down to Frosty. Inside the orb, swirls of light danced like the northern lights. Frosty raced back to the great pine, where the animals waited. As soon as he placed the orb on the ground, it burst open, filling the night with a magical tale about friendship, courage, and the wonders of winter. The animals cheered, and Elder Owl, resting in his nest, hooted proudly. Frosty beamed, his tail swishing happily. That night, the little fox with the snowy coat became the hero of the forest. And from then on, whenever a story was needed, Frosty always knew where to find one.